Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Corsair Cove. Okay, in the last episode we started by building this lovely apartment block on the cliff. And I kind of like it. It's a weird and wonderful little mashup of stuff going up the cliff. I hope it's not going to cause us problems with our various pathing in the future. Anyway, we also started a lumber industry. We've got a woodcutter and a sawmill, and we've got an excess of both, I think, hardwood and lumber at the moment. We can see our planks at plus 10 at the moment in terms of our consumption. So we're growing the surplus. We also added a tavern and what is this called? A moonshine still and a tavern, and we added a campfire and a galley so that we have booze available and food available to support. I think that's what it's called, right? It's called upkeep resources. Both of those are upkeep resources. We've got spare capacity for people to still move in. And I forgot to do something in the last episode. I forgot to demolish this building and get those planks into our warehouse. Now, we also then built our very first ship, the Great Chaos. And we assigned, what was her name?
Tell me.
What was her name? I can't remember her name. Her name is Honorata. Honorata is her name. And we never actually got to filling up the crew after our first mission. So let's just fill that back up. We've got those people there. We can afford it. It's going to cost us a little bit on that. And is it going to cost us too much? I'll keep a little bit of an eye on this. But anyway, so what we can do straight away is quickly run out and do a few more things. There's a bunch of extra stuff we can do. What's happened? Okay. Not all feuding freebooters. Not all pirates get along. Despite our best efforts to ensure cohesion across the community, quarrels are inevitable between two pirates. An argument has grown into a dispute, and the dispute has grown into a feud, with the rest of the community now picking sides. We can mediate at a cost, not too much cost, so I might do that. Stay out of it and lose 3 pirates. Put our foot down and lose cohesion. Our cohesion is at 60 at the moment, so we don't want to drop that unnecessarily. I think I'd rather just pay the 16 coin and mediate a compromise. Okay, so we'll pay for their silence. Okay, now let's head out. So there's a few different things. Drifting castaways. I think let's head over there to pick up the castaways over there, and then at the same time there's a few other chains of production that we can start looking at. Okay, so again, I will pause it for a second while I quickly look at what we have. So we've got stone, and we should build a gun tower. It is called a gun tower, right? A small gun tower. But we also want to start collecting stone, and we've got a stone. Our only stone availability is right here, which is good. It's fine. I don't mind it. It's pretty close to everything we've got. Before we put a path in there, because it won't build as long as you don't have a path to the pirate camp. I also want to have a look. Okay, so this is producing 6. This is using 2 to produce 5 cut stone, right? That's what this is called. So this is a quarry for I don't know what it's called, but anyway, so we will also get a stone cutter at the same time. And what I want to do is put them nice and close together. I think something like this is probably okay, right? Or do we rather do it on this side? Let's do it on this side instead. Okay, so we'll get the stone cutter and the quarry and the stone cutter, and at the same time what we'll do is we will look to what was that? Look at this thing. That's pretty cool. In order for us, I want to, is that our best tie-in point there? How do we tie this in? Do we just, we can just tie it in, right over there. We'll just do that. Okay, so yeah, okay, so I think I've got it fixed in this area now, right? So maybe that'll work. We will look into further logistics items with regards to warehouses and the likes once we've got this up and running. So that gives us stone. Is there anything else we should be grabbing? So both, it'll take us lumber and quarried stone to then start to produce no, it's coal, right? It's charcoal. So anyway, we're making a start on this. This will, okay, hang on, the ship has reached the destination, so let's head over there. During our journey, we come across a small raft bouncing around on the ocean's whims. A handful of tired men and women are on it, clinging to dear life. As best as they can, they must be survivors of a shipwreck. We rescue them and force them into our crew. We're not a charity. That will cost us a little bit of cohesion. A little bit too much, I would imagine. 15 cohesion on the 60 that we have at the moment. That's a big hit. It's a big hit to cohesion. And then, but it gives us 30 drifters. Those who want to join the crew are welcome. We'll leave the rest at the next port. Okay, that's an option that gives us 10 extra drifters and does not cost us any cohesion. I think this might be the better one. It's an unspoken law of the ocean. Sailors must help each other without ulterior motives. So if we do that, it costs us coin and we gain cohesion, which would be great, but I do want the drifters. I don't mind the 25 coin that it would cost us. It's not that bad. The extra cohesion would really be nice. But I do wonder, I do think it's necessary to grab more drifters as best we can, right? Let's do that. We grab that one. Get an extra 10 drifters. Okay, now let's keep it paused and go out to sea once again and quickly have a look at what else we can do here. I don't want to necessarily start fights at the moment, but let's go and grab this jetsam. Is there any other little bits and pieces? Oh, we can get this smuggling run done. There's lots of activities that we can do. This one is treasure. Let's do treasure cave. Well, we haven't done a proper. Let's do treasure cave. While we're close by, we'll do treasure cave. I'll show you how the kind of seaside of things actually work, even though this might not be a sea-bound item, right? Okay, well, we're going to get there straight away, so I might just go straight into this instead. Okay, so let's enter that. Okay, so this is the card-based ship battle quest gameplay item, right? And so it gives you, we basically have 3 steps. If we look at the top here, we've got 3 steps. And there's a few different things. So here we have supplies and coin. We currently have nothing. In terms of what we're gaining from this expedition. Our ship and crew and everything is still in good shape. Everything is still 100%. We've got 20 supplies, 15 crew, and 20 health. But what are we doing here? We are up against rival pirates, who's, I think, protecting this area. They've got 16 people against my 15 and 16 health against my 20. We need to get 10 charts, and then we need to demoralize, and then we need to investigate. So there's 3 steps. Now, what it's showing us here is what they will be doing. So here be dragons. So I will be losing 1 to 2 supplies. And they will be dealing 1 to 2 damage to my crew, which is quite a challenge, right? So at the same time, I need to gain charts. So I've got a number of different options. At the top of these cards, is the cost. So the first one will cost us 4 supplies. The second one will cost us 2 supplies, 3 supplies, 2 supplies, 1 supply. Okay, and they do different things. So the first one, Daring Scouts, we can gain and it's based on a dice roll, right? So I'm not too sure of the mechanics, but it's a dice roll mechanic. So we gain 22 to 23 charts, and we gain 1 to 6 loot. Okay. The next one, Triangulation, gains 7 to 8 charts, and we prevent 2 to 3 damage to our crew, which if we look at what they're aiming at doing, I think this might be the best one for us to do, just to safeguard our crew. Then the next one is 12 to 13 charts, Plus we gain an extra dice on the next turn, which might be pretty good. Or we can tighten our belts and gain 7 to 8 charge and prevent damage to our supplies. Now, because they are going to hit my crew, I will do triangulation. The bad thing about this is the fact that I don't get enough charge to potentially close this out. But I'm going to do this one anyway. So I threw a 5. That gave me a full 8 charge. And I didn't lose. I lost the supplies, but I didn't lose any of the I prevented the damage to the crew. So no crew damage. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now I need to do this again. This time I'm getting to dwindling supply. So we want to prevent. I don't think we're getting damage to supplies. Take 2 times damage. I think what we might do is we try and reduce the number of supplies that we are using, right? So we're going to use either the tightened belts or the triangulation, because we don't need any of the other stuff. I mean, the extra loot would be good, but that is so much. I mean, we can go further with our current supplies by just doing this one. Let's roll.
We've got company. They must be guarding the treasure. Too bad. What's theirs is ours now.
Okay, perfect. So we've gone through that unscathed. In terms of our overall health and our crew health is still fine. We still have 15 out of 20 supply, so that's pretty good. Now we need to reduce the enemy crew to 50%. So we need to damage the crew from 16 to 8. And 2 to 3 damage to our crew is what we are expecting. So we can do a windfall and just gain loot. We can dodge and weave and prevent their damage. We can deal 3 to 4 damage, which is about halfway there. We can gain supplies based on outcome and take double the damage. We don't want to do that. I was wondering whether we do dodge and weave. I think let us do dodge and weave once and see how that goes. Okay, we did not do anything. Now, they will be... now, this is a good one. This is an interesting one. They're doing a kill them all, which is 2 to 3 damage to our crew, but they will take double damage. So here is how we will kind of, I guess, win this. If we now do a proper deal of damage, we can win it outright right with this one. If we get the 4, we can win it outright. So let's go with that one. Beautiful.
They were guarding this cave. Torches out, and in we go.
Okay, so what happened is, we did the 8 damage to their crew, so we passed that milestone. They did, in fact, achieve 3 damage to our crew, but we've still got plenty of supplies, which means we're in a good spot. Now we need to get the hints going. These guys are still... I don't think the guys are here, but there's still some stuff that's going to happen. Damage to our crew is still going to happen. Now, we want 10 hints. So I guess what we want to do is run something that will give us a proper number of hints, right? So I guess if we do the 4, that'll give us a lot of hints. Plus, it'll give us some additional loot. So let's run this one. Outright, we done it outright.
Let's bring this plunder back to our ship.
Okay, so we lost 5 crew and 11 supplies during this one. We got the full 22 hints, which is more than what we needed. We added extra 50 drifters, plus 3 cohesion, and 2 coin only. Yeah. So let's do that. So there we go. Now, I think what we'll do is we will return back to the pier. Okay, so we've done that. Now, let's go back here. Have a quick look at where we're at. Where's our... Oh, over here. Okay, here's our stuff. So our cohesion is pretty good. I need to have a look at some of this stuff in a minute. But here we go, basically. So now we are starting to see stone, but we've never actually... Oh, we are starting to drop on stew. So let us quickly bolster our supplies a little bit here. We don't want to be running out of stew. And what I will do here... And in the last episode, I never actually said... this guy will be doing the whole stew thing, and the whole reason for that is because I think the galley itself has quite a big storage for stew. So I don't need to necessarily see it can store 500. So the galley is effectively a food store and the tavern is effectively a booze store, right? So we don't need to put raw materials in the warehouse. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. Let us add the extra campfire. I would like to do this, right? Is that on the same level? That's on the same level. So we'll add the campfire on the same level so that it's quite easily accessible from the galley. Now, at the same time, I also need to start stockpiling some of this stuff. So I'm thinking, let's get an extra, so the stone, sorry, not this stuff, stone. I want to stockpile some stone. So if we have a look at the warehouse itself, I mean, we can squeeze it in over here, but it is becoming a little bit challenging over there. We can continue to go up, I guess, but yeah, maybe we do this. Maybe we continue to go up to this level, right? Something like this instead, right? Yeah, let's do this, right? We'll build another warehouse over there, and that will be our stone warehouse. Okay, we still need a fair bit of logistic stuff that we need to do. Now, okay, now the next thing I want to have a look at is this whole compass thing, right? So in the last episode, I quickly talked about the 3 or the 4 things we can focus our attention on. Notoriety, legends live forever, become famous among pirates, stand out, take risks, dare the impossible, and defeat death itself. Available principal points, spent points. So anyway, so we need to do that. We need to complete notoriety deeds to earn principal points, spend them in the compass to unlock additional rewards. Okay, the next one is Empire. All shall fear us, gain the power to start a pirate empire, forge alliances, spread our influence, strike terror into the hearts of our enemies. Sounds pretty good as well. Seafaring, the waves are our domain, become masters of the sail, explore uncharted waters, endure nature's wrath, and fight the terrors of the deep. So I guess this one per se is doing more of those kind of quests that we just did with the kind of the card deck, right? And then the last one is wealth. We take what we can, become, we take what we can, become the richest pirates in the 7 seas, steal and smuggle, loot treasure from ancient temples, pile up our ill-gotten fortune. So I find it a little bit difficult to understand which we will be doing, but I guess we can aim for notoriety. But then if you look at the deeds in order to get there, we don't have anything on notoriety yet, right? So we can't claim any one of these. What we can do is claim this one, plunder a treasure cave. So we can claim that one and get it. Also, our third warehouse will give us another option here. So this is starting to get, wealth is starting to look like a little bit more along the lines of what we may want to do, or what we might find easier to do. So you claim the point, and then you can come over here. And so here we can see, we can unlock the aerial lift, greatly increases transportation speed across all terrains. And yeah, or we can do trading post, stockpile resources in the trading post to sell them for coin. I think that's something I'm super interested in. And increases the capacity of fiber deposits with every rank. And I guess that, I think, might also be useful in the future. And then we will, once we've got all 3 of these, we will be able to unlock this this boat here, or this ship, sorry, boat. Sharktooth, a reaver. And then what do we have over here? A gold seeker, which is a reaver plus. And this one is a hunter plus. Ooh. So what is the difference between a reaver and a hunter? Let's quickly do one thing, right? Let me quickly go out. I'll open the codex, and then we want to have a quick look at ships. So I haven't really spent a lot of effort on this, but let's have a quick look. Can we say building ships? Yes. Yeah, fine. I want to understand the different types of ships. It doesn't really tell us, does it? Okay, so is it telling us? Repairing ships, dismantling ships, upgrading ships. A ship can be upgraded to a better one at the pier. But what is the benefit of one versus the other? Maybe I'm not going to see it here. Maybe I'll go to the pier. We'll say, not manage, but we'll say, ooh, we cannot build. Oh, the ship is out to sea. Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back and look at that. Anyway, we're starting to build some stuff. The ship is on the way back. What is this? We've got some stuff here. Resource drain is too high, and that is for, I think, yeah, for this. But we are busy fixing that, right? So we'll sort that out. Anyway, this way around, I think we will focus our attention on the booster here for the for the fiber, just because these are resources that could potentially run out, right? Okay, so this guy now has, we can now get, we add now two let's just stop this one here. I have a total of 100 pirates. So we can add two fetchers, basically two drifters now work here as fetchers, and they go and collect the food from both these campfires, right? So that's kind of the logistics. And this is why you want stuff to be located very close together, or at least in a fairly direct path, so that it doesn't take ages for the logistics system to get the food to where it's actually required, because that's the kind of stuff that we're gonna run into trouble with. And I guess that's where the verticality is going to become a bit of a challenge for us to deal with. And I'm keen to see how that goes. Oh, we've got another one here. If we go to deeds, have 100 pirates. So now we're going to Notoriety. So we'll claim that one. We'll come over to the compass and we'll see what we get here. Improve sawmill production by 1. Add a gambling den. Okay, so or get unlock a gambling den. For every gambling den boost, all producers within a pirate camp range. What? Pirate camp's range for 1 hour. Well, boost all producers. Okay. Amount of boost depends on the dice roll, with a maximum boost of 30%. Rolling costs 120 coin. Now, it's not something that looks like I want to do that straight away. We don't have the coin to be rolling that, and the 30% improvement at the moment is not great. Then we also have zip lines, the fastest possible downhill transportation. So we've got a number of different transportation options, and I guess that will reduce the cost. I'm not going to do zip lines just yet. I think we'll get there, but for now I guess we'll unlock this one, so we're going to immediately see the benefit of additional productivity for the sawmill, and that's getting us closer to the oh, we need to unlock all 6 of them to get that one. Interesting. This is a prowler 2, this is a reaver 2, this is a hunter, I'm sorry, a hunter plus, and this is a destroyer plus. So this side gives us a destroyer. I honestly, we'll have a look to see whether we can figure out what it is. Now, if we go back in here, okay, here we go. This is the loot and stuff that's coming in. So events 2, damage to the ship 0, damage to the crew is 5, and supplies used is 11. And we brought some drifters and some cohesion and some coin, and that's the cost. So let's pause it there. We will need to have a look at housing, because immediately we can see that starting to drop. If we were to look at upgrading the ship, can we look at what these different ships do? So this one here is pretty basic, right? It does almost nothing. And then the prowler is an improvement in terms of health and supplies and boarding and navigation. But it doesn't really tell me what else. And then this is a prowler plus, which gives us, some additional crew fighting skills in here as well. The rest remains pretty samey, but the health does get improved. And then this is also, this is also a prowler, but a prowler level 3, so that increases quite a bit again. And then if we look at the destroyers, they have a completely different set. So I guess we will potentially be building up different types of ships, or I don't know how we will be doing it, but we're not upgrading at the moment. We can manage the crew, add 5 more crew to the mix there, so we'll do that so that we're ready to go straight away. We're going to continue to have this paused, and we'll have a look. We're 45 housing pieces away, so we don't have proper housing here, right? Can I quickly have a look at the compass? Is there anywhere we can have proper housing? Cabaret, statue, classy cabin. Aha, classy cabin. Housing for 12. Okay. Does anybody else have that? Kindle Coal, Fancy Banner, Bounty Hunters Guild Hall. Fancy Cabin. So there's fancy cabins on any one. So I think, right? A building, a gibbet. Oh, that's cohesion? Oh, interesting. And then a bloody cabin. Ooh, only 8 housing on this one. Interesting. And then over here, what is this? A fancy cabin again? A salty cabin, also only 8. So it kind of points to these two, the wealth versus notoriety options that'll give us fancy cabins that unlocks more room for people to live in. But in the meantime, while we don't have fancy cabins, we have to add some more tents to the mix here. And I guess we don't really have that much we can do apart from go even higher, right? So let's do more and more increases here in terms of our height, right? So we'll do that. We'll come up one more level. Right? There we go. That's looking pretty good. And even another. The apartment building is growing quite significantly. Can even do that, right? Okay, there we go. Some proper additional housing that needs to be built straight away to be able to get people sorted out. Let's quickly have a look how much we're getting in here now. We are still short 13. Wow, I do like the apartment complex here. So let's continue to expand this up the hill here. Oh, up the cliffside. Right, I think that should now be enough. Even another layer should now be enough. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we need even a couple more. Shall we do one more layer? Okay. That hopefully does the trick. But this is a pretty a pretty unique apartment complex, I must say. What do you think of the apartment complex? Do you think there's a more efficient way of doing it? Do you think we're going to run into trouble with this? I think we might. What do we have here? Let's just have a look. Now we're out of food, right? We're not out of food, are we? We seem to be out of food. No, we're not out of food. It was just as seemingly for a minute we were out of food, but now we're out of beer, right? So let's just have a look at this. Oh, booze. We're out of booze. So what is this one doing? This is doing 12, and our consumption at the moment is 15. So yes, we do need yet another one of these guys. We could put this one next to this one here, next to the tavern. Sorry. Words, use your words. Ooh, and now we can do the leaf cutter. I want to do the leaf cutter as well, if we can squeeze it in. So if we do booze, can we do this? Can we do this and have a direct? Doesn't look to be the case. I wanted to do, we did do that one over there. If we did it in here, it'll be nice and tight, right? Will this be... Oh, no, this doesn't... Oh, it needs to go all the way down here. Let's do that. Let's squeeze it in there. It will be generating... Is that connected? I just want to... Let's do that. I want to try that one more time. If we do this, I want it to be connected to... Not... I want it to be connected like this, right? So they can walk straight in there, right? Let's do that. I think it'll do the trick. Okay, so you need to keep an eye on these numbers because you start losing things quite quickly. And once you add more pirate camps, Rum Ravine, once you add more pirate camps, it becomes even more challenging. Now, let us quickly see. So now we've got, we need to do quite a few different things now. One of them is... Oh, we finished this guy, but I never actually activated it. So make sure you are picking up some stone and some cut stone, right? Stone blocks and stone and stone blocks. Bring those in there. Okay, fine. So we start to gather them so they are available to us and we can build the various things like the gun tower. Now, I wanted to have a quick look. The powder mill, but we want to do the guano first, right? And I guess this is what is going to need us to expand because we don't have any of that within our area. If we look at the leaf cutter option, this one we actually do have available right over here. So we can come and collect fibers. Now, if that one is going to sit in there, and I guess we can still do a few rounds of these guys, but what we can still do a few rounds of tents up this area here. So with that one in place, once we have the leaf cutter gives us 12 fibers, and then the next step is for us to produce something with that, right? I don't think we have. I think we produce rope with it, but we don't have it. We don't have it available yet. So we could pause this for the time being, right? But we'll put it in place there so it's ready to go. Okay. Now I think we should put a cut in this episode. I am at the moment. I'm liking it. Right? There is. We haven't got around to significant logistics, but let me have a quick discussion around the logistics. So because we're not really so the next thing, let me actually do this one. So the next one we want to be doing is we want to do the char burner, and I guess what we'll do is we will do the char burner. Okay, so the char burner requires hardwood and stone. Now we know stone is over here and we know hardwood is over there. So there's a few different things. Let's go through to the other side. Sorry, I'm going to spend a few more minutes so we just actually talk a little bit about the logistics that I promised last time. Now, what I want to do is I want to, from this warehouse, get people to get to the other side and up the hill, to be honest. So let's see if we did. Okay, hang on, let's try. So, and this is where it becomes a little bit difficult because what do I want to try and do? Oh man, I want to try and keep this level, right? Perfect. Okay. So that's the level. And from that level, I want to bring a path across, right? So if we do a path over here, I want to do it straight across like that. I think that is going to be useful. So let's do that. And then at the same time, I might want to make sure that this guy is connected over here so they can get to this warehouse. Okay, so that's one thing that we want to do. Then we want to also do, oh, we can't actually run the path any further. So the path now needs to run kind of this way, right? So that's about it for that path, unless we come up, which we can, of course, do, right? We can do, can it go in? I was hoping it can. Oh, actually, we can tie in directly over here as well. Okay, maybe. Okay, let's park that there for a second. Though I might want to just anyway, don't bother with that for the moment. So what we're after, and I just want to show what we're going to do with this logistics thing. So if we go char burner, and the idea is I want it to be in this area here, right? Yeah, I think that's okay, right? That's going to be pretty good, right? From where it's going to get its stuff, right? So we'll get the char burner to pick up over there because now it can get its stone from here, and it can get its wood hardwood from over there, right? And that's basically how the logistics works. But what you can also do is you can move kind of stone from this to another camp, to another warehouse somewhere else. So you can run fetchers between warehouses to move stuff forward. And the interesting thing is these buildings are really cheap to construct, but I think we're going to see that the logistics networks and the challenges to get across is going to be what is going to be that costly. Okay, so I guess we'll leave it there. We've got the apartment, the cliffside apartment going up the hill here. And we have our various production chains, or effectively the factory cliff over here with its Anu style, Anu on the cliff style production chains happening, and we are slowly expanding that, and we are also now starting our trek through these various compass items. I don't know what they call these things. Anyway, our research tree based on our findings, and we have the ship ready to go out and do some more missions. Our cohesion is looking pretty good at 63. All of our various supplies are looking good. They're all in surplus. Some of them but they're all in surplus. We still have some coin, but we need to probably work on that. And we've got a fair number of drifters available. So our economy is looking pretty strong at the moment. Okay, guys, I will leave it there. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Do leave your comments down below. What do you think of our cliffside apartment? I really like it. And the color scheme is pretty cool too. It's looking like a really awesome thing. Would you live in a tent like that? But anyway, I like the building up thing. It is really interesting, and I think we need a episode or two more to understand how once the supply chains get a little bit more complex, to really see how that's going to impact us. But anyway, and how much fun that's going to be ultimately. But I think for the time being, it's unique enough to be fun still. Definitely still. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.